Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do, Kill la Kill, episode 22 review. That is 2 of Kill la Kill. Of course, before I get started, the link to the episode will be in the description box below on Crunchyroll.com. And if you cannot view it due to certain issues, of course, you guys know the drill. Google, Bing, Yahoo, go. Now, that being said, this week's episode of Kill la Kill. The beginning was awesome. The middle was informative and emotional. And the ending was whoa. Yo. All aboard the hype train. And I'm in. I am in the hype train right now. Because Mako. Well, no. Hold on. Let me save the ending for last. Duh. Only makes sense. But I am so on this hype train right now. All aboard. If you ain't aboard, then you're missing out. It's that simple. So let me start with the beginning, alright? Well, first of all, let me go with the actual basics. The pacing is, as usual, really fast-paced. We got to where we were going to extremely fast, and because of that reason, we did make a lot of segue into the story, alright? Because of fast pacing, we always make a lot of progression in the story, and that's the way it's been from day one. So, no complaints there. And because people wonder why is that sometimes I don't like the fast pacing. I rag on that. But other times I do like it. And it depends on the context of the story. If, in fact, the story or the series or the manga has always had a fast pace, then how can I complain if this is the way things have been since day one? And since day one, that's the way it's been with Kill la Kill. They've had a really, really, really fast pace. So, it's that simple. Now, and also one more thing, the animation, it was good. It was better than last week's. And also, there were some parts that seemed to be far more serene than other parts. Like, for example, when Ryūko is eating the croquettes by herself, talking to Senketsu, she had like an aura around her. And it seemed like it was a very serene moment there. Not only then, but also when it came to her and Satsuki, when Satsuki, like, the way the sunlight was hitting the ship, and the way the sunlight was hitting Ryūko and Satsuki, beautiful. In fact, there was one, I'm gonna show you right here, there's one still image, where in which, like, we see the actual sun, and it's actually, like, overlooking the ship, and it's very nice. It's a very nice overall picture. So, the animation was actually pretty damn good because not only was it good in the dynamic scenes and the combat scenes, but also it was good when it came to overall scenery and serenity. So let's move on. The beginning part was awesome. It's that simple. Because Ryūko, not only does she get both Scissor Blades back, and she's actually able to completely sever the ties of the life fibers, therefore absorbing, like, we actually see Nuyaharime's arms turn into, like, life fiber yarn, and, like, Ryūko absorbs them. That means that she now has the weapons to actually beat someone like Ryūko. And also, for some reason, the purple Scissor Blade was actually dyed in the color crimson red once Ryūko got a hand of it. So that may mean that it was intentionally designed for Ryūko by her father. And what I also want to point out is that when it came to before she actually attained the Scissor Blades, Ryūko, without any Scissor Blade at all, was able to actually pretty much spank Nuyahime. This, of course, implies that the connection between Senketsu and Ryūko has once again risen their levels to now someone, even though they have two Scissor Blades, she's able to block them with the Kamui itself and actually blitz. She actually blitzed Nuyahime. So clearly she's leveled up exponentially. Now, despite the fact that she lost a lot of blood. Now, after that, we see Nuyahime pissed like never before. Like never before. And Horomaru saves her ass. And then there's a scene there where Horomaru is pretty much saying, whatever, just finish the Shinra Koketsu. And it was funny because we have Nui Harume and she's talking all this shit to Horomaru, and there's just blood from her severed arm just drenching Horomaru's face. Super overblown, but it was hilarious. Now, that's number one, the beginning. That's pretty damn awesome. Number two, the middle. The middle, yo. We're talking about a lot of character development when it comes to Kiryu and Satsuki. Keep this in mind. Kiryu and Satsuki, for the vast majority of the season, when it came to those, aside from Ryūko and her mom Ryūko, and of course people like the Grand Couturier and Nui Harume, people with distinct power, she would always look down upon all those who followed her, or at least in that sense, she would always look down upon those, like, not the Elite Four, but like the 1-stars and like the 2-star guys. And the main thing here was that she would always look down upon you. Let me put it in that sense. We see all the time. She was glowing, twinkling, the sword right here, yeah. And then she'd just be shining, talking about pigs and clothing, and it's like, what the fuck? But now we see her for the first time. She's admitting to her faults. She's admitting to the mistakes that she has, created. And we see her actually bow. Not just in front of Ryūko, but in front of those that she considers dear to her. To Aikuro, to Tsumugu, to Mako, and the Mankan Shoku family. And that was pretty cool. Not only that, but before all that, there's this realization from Ryūko, because Ryūko was going to punch Kiryu and Satsuki as a means of testing her to see if she was actually fit to take on her mom, their mom, Ryūko. And what happened was that the Elite Four, they come in there and they say, no, you don't have the right, because that was some half-ass shit. That was some weak sauce shit. You don't have the right to punch the great Kiryu and Satsuki when you're half-assing it. So what she realized at that point in time was that the Elite Four are very similar to the guys around her, where they're incomprehensible. Like, Mako is extremely incomprehensible. That includes, well, Aikuro is Aikuro, and Nude is the beach, and of course there's the Mankantra family. They're all off the wall. The only one amongst Ryuko's posse that's pretty level-headed is Tsumugu, and he's like barely level-headed, because this guy, he's on some Terminator shit, on some Arnold Schwarzenegger, and well, however his accent is, I can't do it. I'm not gonna try. And he has like a one mindset, pretty much. Like, don't get in my way. I'm gonna do it, and because I have to do it, and that's the way it is. And he always has 2 pieces of advice for you, and if you don't listen, you're gonna get some needles in your ass. At least if you are at a certain level, but now he's well below those of Ryūko and Satsuki and Nui Harume and so on and so forth. But you guys get the picture. Out of all of them, he's the most level-headed. But there was a lot of emotions going on there because of those 2 things mainly. Just mainly seeing, and of course, again, like that one scene where Ryūko, she's by herself and talking to, like, conversing with Senketsu, just on like a good old-fashioned talk. And we have, of course, Mako's mom make the croquets for everyone. So it was very emotional, very touching. Now, in comes the information part, where in which, first of all, I'm wrong, alright? I was wrong. I hate being wrong, but it is what it is. I was wrong. So, the transmitter, it's not a beacon. It's not a beacon, man. I thought that they were going to actually get the other life fibers in the universe so they can just merge upon planet Earth like, yeah, we are the life fibers. The life fibers. That's what I thought we were going to go. But no. Like, I was hoping for like a giant, like, you know, Cho Tengen Topa. Like, Something like that. But no, that's not what happens. What happens, or what we find out, is that the beacon, the transmitter, is just an addition for the original life fiber mothership, wherein which the original life fiber mothership is going to touch down upon the beacon, and then it's going to send a transmission to all the life fibers on planet Earth, wherein which they will consume the humans that they're attached to, and they will, after they become covers, they will fly into the stratosphere, and then they will cover the entire planet. Furthermore, they will absorb the energy from the planet itself and create an explosion by which they will transverse the universe and continue their conquest of populating the universe itself. So, I mean, here's my thing, alright? So let me get started with this little tidbit of information. Is this cliche? On a broad sense, yes it is. It's very cliche. They're aliens who came there with the purpose of taking over humanity, then erasing humanity, and then blowing up the planet for their own purposes, for their own benefits. That's very cliche, especially since they're aliens. However, since there are hardly any original stories anymore in the world, the most important thing is how you go about said process. And even though this is not an original story, though it's dynamic, though it's off the wall and fast paced and insane and completely bonkers, how they go about this process of controlling humanity and taking over the world, and how pretty much the Kiryuin family they are the arbiters of the world's destruction. And how Ryūko, she's all for it. Like, yeah, fuck yeah, out of all the Kiryuins, me. So, I mean, if her voice was that deep, well, alright, I don't know who the hell wanna have sex with that. Cause, shit, it's like, yo, like, why is your bass so low? Damn, whoa, that's not a woman, that's a thing. But let's move on. The thing here is that I do like it, the way they're going about it. So, again, for the last time, it's not original, but the way they're going about it, thumbs up. Now, we also do see a few things here that are very surprising. First of all, we do get to see, apparently Iori had a 3-star Goku uniform. Order Regalia. And no, it's not Domino's Pizza. It's literally a giant mecha, well not literally, but it's like a mech tentacle type regalia. And so I guess it substitutes the sewing division, because he himself is going to sew because they had absorbed a lot of the life fibers after Homaru comes in there with the covers. And not only that, but the people that they saved, among them were the tennis club captain and the boxing club captain. And what that means probably, and this is a hint for next episode, we may see them back in action, probably, because Iori is probably going to use the life fibers that they've actually gathered, and he's going to probably create 2-star Goku uniforms for those guys, and 3 stars for the Elite Four. So they're going to be back in commission. And you can tell where this is going, because at the last part of the episode, or the ending bit, Mako gets back her 2-star. Well, maybe not get back, because I don't know if she actually destroyed the Fighting Club uniform after she was done in the episode, I think 8 or 7. I'm not too sure. But it's back, bro. Fighting Club Specs. Where's Brad Pitt? Yeah! Where's Brad fucking Pitt? The Fight Club is back. Yo. Kenka Buto. I'm probably saying it completely wrong. I don't really give a damn. Kenka Buto Mankan Shoku Mako. I'm hyped. Because listen, we all know for a fact, and this is very obvious, she has the most powerful 2-star Goku uniform, period, bar none. There is no other 2-star Goku uniform on the planet that can compete with Mako. It's fact. It's facts, okay? And the fact that she is rocking this shit. And here's the thing that I need to point out. You see the part where in which she actually opens the dresser door and it's a giant closed fist. And the fist punches the giant light fiber covered thing. Here's the thing. Note how it was the fist that had the entire sleeve. The entire sleeve of the Fighting Club specs. Which, because every time, when we saw Mako fight, she never put her hand into the sleeve of the jacket. And what we just saw was probably her real power. Wherein which she actually put her hand, her arm, into the sleeve of the jacket. And like her hand turns really damn big. So she can actually punch big enemies, I suppose. So we may see in the next episode Mako utilizing the full powers of the 2-star Goku uniform. And since the plan is, because we do see, so let me backpedal. At the middle part, we find out that apparently Kiryuin Sasuke, she and Iori, they basically tailor Junketsu, wherein which they design Junketsu more like Senketsu. So they inject Junketsu not only with Satsuki's blood, but also Ryuko's blood and life fibers of Senketsu. So, now, for some odd reason, because I figured that after that scene, we would actually have, like, Junketsu start to talk and speak. Because at the beginning of the episode, maybe it was just me, because I had headphones on. You know, I have these giant souls. Luda, the thing is that I could have swore I heard Junketsu yelling. It's a very faint yell, but you can hear it. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck?